Hello everyone, it's Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield here from Transport Evolved. Welcome to another Wednesday Thought of the Day here on the Transport Evolved YouTube channel. As you can tell, it's starting to get a little cold outside, and that means that I'm sitting here on the couch a little more often than perhaps I was a couple of weeks ago recording my thoughts of the day. Before I get into today's thought of the day, I just want to thank you all for your comments yesterday on whether we should stop subsidies for the oil, gas and renewable energy sector, and indeed where should those subsidies go, as well as a few stragglers to the comments from Monday's thought of the day. And it actually prompted me to come up with today's thought of the day, which is to do with conversions of internal combustion engine vehicles to electric vehicles. Now, if you've been around in the electric vehicle world for any length of time, you will know that not so long ago, if you wanted to drive an electric car, the absolutely only way that you could have an electric car would be to buy an old internal combustion engine vehicle, rip out the engine and put in an electric motor and convert it into your own electric car. And while electric vehicle conversions used to be very popular, and I've had lots of friends who've converted their own vehicles, and I've helped with those conversions, today, most people who drive an electric vehicle are buying their electric vehicles from a dealership or a well-known manufacturer like Tesla, and they're just driving a pre-made electric vehicle. But some of you said in the comments to Monday and Tuesday's video, hang on, we should be trying to do something with cars that are already on the road. They're already useful vehicles. Why aren't we incentivizing people to convert those vehicles into electric cars to continue the life of the car after the petrol pump, after we've taken all the internal combustion engine components out? The car is still useful. Let's turn it into an EV. Now, certain parts of the world, you were able to historically get tax rebates to help you do that. Colorado, for example, the state of Colorado, had for a while an incentive program, I believe it still does actually, where you can have a tax rebate or financial incentive towards converting an internal combustion engine vehicle into an electric vehicle. Do we need to have programs like that around the world? In fact, is that better than the cash for clunkers scheme, in which you take cars off the road simply and purely because they've got a diesel engine or they're old? Now, if you go back in history, maybe 5, 10, 15 years, cars that were ready to be scrapped back then because their engines had died had, I'm going to use a word here that you might not know, but it's a British word, shonky bodywork. They were rust buckets. They were ready to fail. They were dangerous anyway. So crushing them seemed like the logical thing to do. But in the last sort of 15, 20 years, we've seen massive improvements in car construction techniques. And a lot of cars from sort of the turn of the century or just before, late 90s, early noughties, are structurally still very sound, especially if they happen to be in parts of the world where rust and corrosion isn't a major issue. So why not just convert those cars to electric rather than crush them, recycle the metal, and then build a new electric car from those components? Should we be doing that? Should we be incentivizing that? And how should we go about making that happen? Leave your thoughts in the comments below as always, as well as a thumbs up and a like if you liked it, and a thumbs down if you didn't. And as always, remember to support us at patreon.com/Transport Evolved, where you can support us from as little as $1 per month. As I've said before hundreds of times on these videos, it is my only source of income, so every penny really does count. I hope you have a great rest of your day today, and I will see you tomorrow. Keep evolving!